My name's Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is December 5th, 2021, and Bitcoin is looking like it's just lingering, okay? It's lingering, and it's quite all right, and we're going to talk about more of what that means. For those of you that are subscribed to the channel, you'll probably know that's code for complex correction. Excuse my hoarseness. I was out at a wedding last night. Congratulations to my boy 80 and his beautiful wife Lauren. But the show must go on. So what's Bitcoin doing? All right. Right now we're on the 4-hour chart. We have our first wave, our A wave, yeah? And let's just label it really quickly. And we spoke about this in the last video when we were discussing reversals. And this is our B wave. A, B. What comes next is an impulsive wave. Okay, so according to my personal trading rules, this is fair game for me to trade if I wanted to get into a Bitcoin trade, okay? Because I only trade impulses and I don't trade chop. And this, according to my read, is an impending impulse. Okay, and we've been hanging out here in this complex correction for already 13 hours. So I expect this impulse to be sudden and pretty violent. Okay, this is my expectation. Okay, because it's just given market participants enough time to relax, to cool down, to decide what they wanted to do. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. I might actually trade Bitcoin right here just for this little bit. Okay, I was in a link trade, got stopped out into a massive profit, and it was great. I can either get back into the link trade or get into Bitcoin. I don't know. I may get into Bitcoin. So that is that. And after this, then we expect our little pivot and then our C wave. And of course, so this is B, obviously. This is just the anatomy of a reversal. If you haven't seen that video, this, what was it titled? It was something like, something about how to spot a reversal on the charts or something like that. It was published December 4th. Just search the page and you'll be able to find it. So this C wave is the beginning of our long. Again, it's a little bit risky to get into the long at this position. You don't know where to put your stops. Same with here, right? The safest and most conservative and most responsible entry for a long is going to be after these 5 waves and then on the pullback, on the 2-wave pullback, and then you know where to set your stops below the 0.618. Okay, I'm not even gonna bother writing with the pen, but yeah, you'll know where to set your stops using your fibs, your fib retracements, right? Using the rules of 2-wave retracements below or between the 0.5 and the 618, or 2-wave retracements not exceeding the 0.618. So you know how to set your stops. So that's Bitcoin right now. Okay, and it's looking okay. It's doing what we anticipated. Now let's go into Link. So last night I was in a Link trade, and it's essentially using the same. It's the same understanding, right? Again, you see these 3 waves, A, B, C. You'll see this B wave is a little more extended than the A wave because Bitcoin nuked, and Link wasn't really planning to do that, but it did. So we have an extended B wave, which is fine. That happens sometimes, okay? And the short that I got in was around this point. Early yesterday evening, and then this morning I got stopped out around here because I was trailing my stops manually trailing my stops. I don't like the automated stop trailing feature. I know some people use it. I'm not proficient in it. I'm not saying it's bad or anything. I just don't know how to use it really well. And I like to, I'm a control freak, so I do it manually. Anyway, Link is also going to complete this trade. And how is it? What do I anticipate? So, just like Bitcoin, it's going to go short. It's got to complete its B wave, okay? And its B wave here is simply, let's see, this was B. Okay, so for Link, I might get into Link. Reason being is it's a little bit, I anticipate getting into this long here. I don't know what I'm going to get into. I'll figure that out later after the video, but essentially Link is in a slightly different position than Bitcoin. So again, you can look at Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large, but just remember, these are just patterns. They're models. They're they're not exact. It's not always that everything is exactly in the same position as what Bitcoin's in, right? They'll play out the same patterns, but they may be at different points in that pattern, if that makes sense. So here you still see your A, B, and C waves, right? Let's just label them really quickly. You'll still see your A, B, and C waves, but for instance, Bitcoin is at the top of its B wave, hasn't yet done its C wave, and Link seems to be at the top of its Link seems to be doing its B wave, right? So like the B wave of its C wave for this reversal. I hope that makes sense, right? You can see that on the chart here. It formed this rising wedge, and if you're a pattern trader, you know that rising wedges break down to, usually the target is the site of formation. So to get the site of formation, you just draw the pattern, follow the candles, and here's your target. Conservatively, I think, right here. So this is a great short opportunity for Link, just like right here, and boom, that's a good 12.5% on leverage. That's beautiful. Moving into smaller time frames, this is essentially, let's see, you got A, B, C. That's a C wave. Okay, so you have time to make this. So this little thing here is an impulse. Okay, and this is the privilege, or this is the what's the word I'm looking for? Benefit of going into really small time frames. You can see definition. So this is clearly ABC. This is a C wave impulse. Expect to get 3 waves after this. So it's likely that you'll get something like this, a pullback to the 618 or around there for entry of this, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but that is looking likely given where the RSI is, right? Even on the smaller time frame, and given the fact that this was an impulse, this was 3 waves down, and this was an impulsive portion of the correction. So yeah, expect price, as you can see, to come up to between the 0.5 and the 618, and that would be a beautiful entry for the Link short. And here is really nice trade. Why? Because you know exactly where to set your stops, right? Right behind the 618, be beyond the halfway point of the 618. So this is a highly probabilistic trade. And zooming out, large time frame. Let's move that. You're essentially just trading the rest of this, right? This B wave coming down, and this is probably going to be your target, and set your stops there. So this is a good trade. I'll probably get into the link trade over the Bitcoin trade because I have it's a higher probability trade because I have a good high probability stop placement, and that's everything, right? If I know I can use fibs to set my stops, then that trade is that much safer. So I probably favor the link trade over the Bitcoin trade. And then the other good thing about the link trade is that once it's finished, I can either enter a long position at the bottom here and look for a mini reversal pattern here, or I can wait and get in on the 2-wave, and my capital isn't tied up, my trading capital isn't tied up into some other asset, right? So I can prepare for this move. So that's, excuse me, that's Bitcoin for today. That's linked. This is a short video. Hope you're having a happy Sunday. And once again, congratulations to Adi and Lauren. How do you say that? There's a saying in Chinese I'm thinking of. Essentially, may they be happy for a long time and, be prosperous and all that stuff. Anyway, like the video, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.